Hello, YouTube. Small Screen Spoiler Show coming at you live. Live. Exactly. That too. Not sure exactly why when I clicked over to XSplit, it Windows error noised, but whatever.
Why not?
Exactly. You tried to go to XSplit. Too bad. Oh, then let us get this ball rolling 4 minutes early in a 3 and a 2.
You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio.
Spoilers.
Here on S4, we like to spoil you rotten, and as such, we take an in-depth look at the shows we cover, potentially spoiling any plot points up to and including the episode featured. If you haven't watched what we're discussing this week, and spoilers are an issue for you, you may want to come back later.
That's right. Hello, and welcome to the Small Screen Spoiler Show. This is episode number 58. I am CJ, snuck out the back door with Kettle Prod Man, Boat. And that man over there, of course, is the one, the only Jared, the smell of moving on, Azevedo.
It smells sweet. It kind of burns in the back of your throat when you inhale, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good smell.
Pretty good.
A little acrid.
Yeah, a little bit. And, of course, invisible third chair, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, audio content from Darrell, the team mascot, Shaler.
You know he's the team mascot. I know he's the team mascot.
Yeah, he's kind of,
Does he know he's the team mascot?
I'm fairly sure he does. So
we need to get him a costume.
We've been down a couple of weeks in a row because, well, I had old man personal problems, and they seem to only flare up on days that I'm not recording TGIOS or Gamer Geeks.
I see how it is.
So Darrell's going to catch us up on the show, last week's show that we missed, which will be what shows is Darrell recapping for us that we're not really talking about?
Well, we've got a few to talk about here. We've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Episode 12, Hot Potato Soup, Episode 13, Boom! Episode 14, The Man Behind the Shield, a series of unfortunate events, the second half of The Reptile Room, All of the Wide Window, and The Man in the High Castle, Episode 4, The Third Woman, and Episode 5, Duck and Cover.
Yes, because Chad didn't watch Episode 6. It's, yeah.
I'll get there.
We'll do that. Well, yeah, we'll watch that in the Episode 7 next week. But, yes, those are indeed the shows that we are discussing this week, and Darrell has some recaps for us. So let's listen to Darrell's recap of... Oh, wait, before we do that, because I really need to update my show notes and when to do proper cues. Before we get into the actual meat of the show, we are going to take a quick break from our sponsors. Stay tuned. Refreshing.
Crisp and refreshing. Crystal Pepsi.
God, Peppy. Crystal Peppy. Go barrel!
Crystal Peppy.
Peppy.
Brought to you by...
A frog dying.
In a big fiery explosion. Yeah, Slippy. I would shoot him on purpose.
Pippi was the rabbit, I think.
Peppy was the rabbit, Slippy was the frog. And we can't forget Falco.
Yeah, you can't forget Falco. He was the one that runs around going, Falcon Punch, right?
No, that was Captain Falcon.
Oh, right. He was the one running around in the TurboGrafx 16 race cars, right?
Oh, yeah. You know that's right. Zoom.
All right. And we are back. If you want an ad-free experience, join us live at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central over on geek-io.net/live.
Except when it's not.
Hopefully this week. Yeah, like tonight's because Jazz didn't watch the shows, all of them.
I misunderstood the instructions.
All right, so Daryl, what happened on that one horrible episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Shut your mouth.
Okay, just me again with another disclaimer. I've just ranted about this episode for a solid 2 minutes. That's a long time for a short intro. I'm sorry, CJ and Jared. Just sit back. Let me have a rant.
Nope.
I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm the biggest defender of it. It's an amazing show.
I disagree.
That said,
He hasn't been. We have been.
all right, I used the phrase genre savvy a lot last week. Here, this is a reference to the consumer of popular entertainment who is so familiar with the tropes and cliches of the genre that writers have to do something clever if they want to subvert their expectations. I love Lemony Snicket. But the clone bots demonstrating that they may be familiar with tropes and cliches of genre writing by driving around in explosive mini segways while quoting popular science fiction in an arcade. Sure, why not? But then one of them is kidnapped and placed in a cell with sliding doors. We know that Budget Capaldi is a bad guy, but does he? I would fucking hope so, because anyone who's at all familiar with the tropes and cliches of genre writing will know that if you're put in a cell with a stranger expected to bond with, then they are a bad guy. Comedically horrible and horribly comedic torturer with an onion. I checked the writing credit, by the way, and from the look of it, he didn't learn this from reading directly, but rather from watching his shows and thinking, I can do that one day. Fortunately, the torture is cut short before we get an eye gouging, because Cheap Scott needs to show some humanity for when he eventually teams up with S.H.I.E.L.D. to take down Olivia Wilde when she inevitably goes, well, wild. If this season didn't end with the robot going psycho, then Turtle Mac would be very disappointed. Elsewhere, having learned the lesson that keeping evil LMDs active can cause loads of problems for S.H.I.E.L.D., even if it is just Fitz sneaking off to the locker room to get the little head, Fitz decides to activate fake sliding doors in the heart of S.H.I.E.L.D. HQ to interrogate him. Daddy issues, holographic brain, maze robot. The plot progresses. Meanwhile, the field team plots sees a desperate race to sit around waiting for the bad guys to catch up, so they can both head to the location of the Techronomicon at the same time for a showdown. Good guy meets bad guy. Quake meets Cattleprod Man. Where's Cisco when you need to come up with a bad guy name? And the supposed May Coulson sexual tension results in a kiss whose passion and intensity can only be compared to that time Marty McFly kissed his mother. Considering whether or not the Cylons have a soul, the two robots that Coulson doesn't want to bone if the originals are lost get burned in a furnace, while the Life May decoy waits to be activated for the grand finale.
Yep, that was episode 12. And those who don't know what he was talking about with the pop culture references, it's the internet's sweetheart, Patton Oswalt.
Oh, yeah.
Back once again.
One of us is
Patton
really
Oswalt.
happy to see him again.
Yeah, I'm glad
it's just me.
the older sister beat the crap out of him and verbally. That was
Yeah, I enjoyed that too. I enjoyed the older sister.
That was my favorite part of it. Like, yeah, you put
Probably
Patton Oswalt in his place. He's annoying.
And conspiracy theorist Patton Oswalt was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. The
Sheeple.
wake up, sheeple. I'm like, oh dear Lord, it is. This is Patton Oswalt right here,
Infowars Patton Oswalt.
right?
Right.
When Alex Jones and Patton Oswalt do the fusion dance for Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, that title's way too long.
But it'd be great.
Theo?
It'd be great.
I'm writing it down. It's fine.
I mean, that's pretty much it, though. Daryl did what Daryl does with S.H.I.E.L.D. as of late, which is spoiling in his intro. But that was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead,
it's
move on.
hard to remember what all happens.
But it was them getting the Darkhold.
Yep.
The Technonomicron, as Daryl puts it.
Technonomicron, yeah. So May's a friggin' robot.
Yeah, May's a friggin' robot, and we discovered that. That's pretty much it. May's a friggin' robot. They got the bad guys got the bad book. That's it.
Yeah.
And
And
Patton
they almost did more eye porn torture. Eye torture
Yeah.
porn.
They
Almost.
did. Almost. They didn't though. Yay! It would have been great to have that one Patton Oswalt one have to wear an eye patch all the time though.
Then you could tell them apart.
Exactly. That's how you tell the two of the three apart, because the other one is obviously different because he's just spouting off Alex Jonesisms.
Yeah, and he had that the hipster haircut.
Yeah.
going on.
All right.
His faux hawk.
Exactly. We good with going on to 13?
I suppose. Let's roll with it.
All right,
Keep rolling.
Daryl, what you got?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Boom!
Okay.
AKA How to Stop an Exploding Man. A team, we have too many characters now to call them the team, finds the Buffy bot original, and I gain a whole new respect for Olivia Wilde's acting abilities. Said Terminator has recreated the Matrix in less time than it takes the Google team to create a new version of Chrome, and Counterfeit America goes above and beyond in the field of fourth-wall bending sports metaphors. Also, You'll Never Be Captain America is a challenge. Speaking of Captain America, did anyone else notice the Avengers references were all over the place this week?
Yes.
As they were an awesome show in the MCU and not a floundering piece of shit.
They're
Peter
good
Kelly
this
is going
season.
to be turned into a mutant. Wait, big fucking surprise, complete with an explosion. Good work, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. In fact, good work on this episode. A huge improvement over recent efforts. The writing was functional, even nodding to their BSG concept by throwing in a frack. Counterfeit America becomes both Captain Awesome again, Chuck reference, and likable.
Yes!
In fact, the only ranting I'm going to do is the prop department, since they fucked up, and this is the episode where I noticed they're using a pair of X52 joysticks on one of the control panels.
All right. Also, I hid my notes from Daryl this week. I did put them in the show notes folder, and he still took out most of my notes.
Yeah, more or less. There is something though at the very end, one of my last notes, that I'm curious to see if we had a sea jazz moment or not.
All right.
Because, all right, so they trapped the exploding guy in the trap. That
Mhm.
trap reminds you of anything?
It was a Ghostbusters trap.
No, it was a Pokeball.
Oh, no, I thought it was a Ghostbusters trap.
Oh, dang it, we didn't have a sea jazz moment. I was like,
No.
wait, they just trapped him in a Pokeball. It was a big sphere, and it was even 2 different colors with the circle in the middle that sucked him in.
You're right.
It was a freaking Pokeball.
I'm sorry.
I
So,
figured you of all people would see the same thing I saw.
all right, I know you're not a gamer, but I have to bring up the game, and there's not a lot of reference to it other than the fact that Watchdog Man is now Splosion Man.
Yes.
Splosion Man. I'm surprised we didn't have somebody calling him Splosion Man, but considering that's an indie game, I'm fairly sure
Well, we don't like. Yeah, like Daryl said in the last one, we don't have a Cisco on the show,
Yeah.
or else he would have been Splosion Man.
I mean, Mac is pretty much at this point Cisco, because he's the one flat out calling
he
references.
is. He's dropping the references.
So yeah, I call him he's Splosion Man, and like I said, that indie developer would have loved to have had the name of his game all over Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You can't tell me that he wouldn't be like, yes, call him Splosion Man, please. After Splosion Man, I'm like, bye, Nadir, or probably not, because this is S.H.I.E.L.D.
No.
I read something that I shouldn't have about this week's episode. We're going to have a bad time.
Oh, on 15?
Yep, we're going to have a bad time.
Oh, snap. Give me that.
I still don't feel Coulson is genuine about May. Is what I wrote in here.
Yeah, but we got the Coulson we love back.
Yeah,
He just kind
quirky
of comes
and-
in and has the conversation with the Ada Original. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Sophia or something. I can't remember her name.
Did I actually call her by her name at all?
I think they did. I feel like they did.
No, they did. I'm not sure if I did.
Oh.
No, I called her real Ada. So yeah. By the way,
Beta
that's
Ada.
her by the way, she's actually Australian.
I
and-
gathered that when she started talking.
Oh my god, her accent. Like, she's gorgeous as it is, but like when she's actually just talking, I'm like, man, yeah. We got introduced to the Superior.
We did.
Back fighting Russians. Yay, Russians.
On the submarine.
Yeah.
Like
It's-
like any good Bond villain.
1986 all up in this piece again. I like the fact that they put Quake up against him. The superior, like, not Mac, not Coulson, Quake. That
Yeah.
tiny little girl kick his ass.
Yeah, you're slipping into episode 14, but yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't.
Yeah, it was. I watched it today.
No, it wasn't.
When Quake fights the superior?
Oh, wait, what? Maybe. Yeah, it was 14. You're right. Post-humanist subgroup was my debate team's name in high school. Because I like the fact that she's like, you have a message from a post-humanist subgroup. I'm like, that's a football team or something.
Post-humanist subgroup. Marked urgent.
Yeah. I put bye-bye Captain Fomerica. Nope, just kidnapped.
No, he'll be fine. He's still trying to figure out who he is. I enjoyed him this episode. He's like been taken down, and now he's like they really switched his power quick.
Yeah.
Like he went from director of S.H.I.E.L.D., all these secret things, and you're not sure if you can trust him or not. To oh yeah, he's just kind of a puss. that everybody wants on now.
Every time he said something football, I'm like, hey, football reference. Another football reference. Football! Football! Football!
Yep. Okay, so we all three made the football metaphors check mark. Good. That made it in all our notes.
Yeah, we're all good.
You're right. Director America.
Yeah.
That's
Captain America.
I like Director America the best. That was my favorite of the Darrellisms.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are the team mascot.
Yeah,
go get him.
You are the team mascot. Good for you.
You found your place.
Yeah, and it's okay. Team mascots are important. I put the spray tan on Aussie Terminator as a nice, strong separation again, which Ada is real and which is fake. They also changed her hair, which was good too. I liked that they did not look exactly the same.
You know which one's which.
Yes.
And which one has the tumor?
Aside from the talking voices.
Yes, there was also that.
Wow, Radcliffe couldn't have sprung for a better burner phone.
No. He just went with the first thing he could get his hands on.
He just went to bad guy Walmart's like, I need a burner phone. They're like, here, take this one. It's $3.99. Sold.
It's harder to trace. Less radio signals.
Or
there's no 4G.
Yeah.
Strictly cell.
Why did Explosion Man have to kill the innocent farmer?
For real.
No,
why would you ever?
Why
would you ever pick up a naked man on the side of the road? Well, don't answer that question, actually.
Dale, can we get an answer on that one, please? Thursday on the Geek IO show, can we get an answer on that one, please? I too put frack in
Mister.
There. Frack was cool. I like how
that.
Yeah, when she was trying to anti-explode Explosion Man explosions.
Oh, that sounds familiar now.
She got frustrated, just yelled out frack. Yep, we are just definitely at this point creating the singularity. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Man, I was not expecting Senator Dendier to be done already.
Oh, that's why I said she'll probably be back. This is S.H.I.E.L.D.
I don't know. She was exploded and confirmed dead. We got a confirmed dead on that one.
So was Ward, like 7 times now.
Yeah, but then they would have scenes in the after credits of him, not dead.
But still, I think that when Brother Man comes back is possibly I think we might get Nadir back somehow.
In Human version 2?
Yeah, or an LMD, possibly.
Because apparently they can... Oh, wait, that's episode 14. Never mind.
Yeah. Just at this point, they're not even trying to pretend this is not the actual Age of Ultron from the comic books.
Oh, is that right? Is that where we're
Yeah.
going with this?
Yeah, this is. Ow, shit. Hold on. Ow. CJ ripped out his headphones.
Ouch.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. Yeah, at this point with the robot apocalypse happening with magic in the background, this is definitely just Age of Ultron. The comic books, not the Avengers movie.
Well, yeah, clearly.
This is just Age of Ada.
Age of Ada. She has become self-aware.
Yes. I am curious as to why Explosion Man needed to blow up Motel Middle of Nowhere. Where are all the other farmers picking up naked men going to stop?
Where are they going to stop? Has anyone thought about the other farmers picking up naked men on the side of the road in the midst of a pile of alien-looking wreckage?
Right? I think my favorite thing in S.H.I.E.L.D. now, ever, is Quake randomly exploding Explosion Man.
That was fun. I did enjoy that. Like, wait.
So good.
I'm just not stopping from exploding. I'm just going to make him explode over and over again.
If you just wanted to be naked, you just had a boom. I'm like, and as they cut away to the other group, you just hear in the background, boom, boom, boom.
Can we hurry this up, guys? I'm getting tired of blowing him up over and over again.
So good. Hey, it's Explosion Man and a Ghostbuster crab.
Pokeball. It's a
Or
Pokeball. Go back and look at it. It's a Pokeball.
Now that you mentioned it, yeah, absolutely, it's a Pokeball. Radcliffe and Real Ada is infinitely more believable than May and Coulson are.
Amen.
Terminator just wants to be a real girl.
She does.
Radcliffe, love me.
Creepy Ada is creepy.
Right.
When you take the locket.
So, all right. Before I get to my kind of more of a discussion point, what other notes do you have? And not talking about the very last scene where they actually hook Real Ada up to the machine.
We've pretty much covered everything.
All right. So, if Real Ada can die and live on in the Matrix, why does May need to be alive?
I don't know. I mean,
Like,
I understood that they were still keeping her alive because, she was the one testing out the boundaries of it or whatever.
Yeah, but now
So-
you have a permanent existence in there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't want to see May dead because she's one of the best parts about the show, but why? She doesn't need to be alive at this point.
No, she doesn't. So,
And she's not
are you
gonna.
calling episode 15 for me?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just stating that if Real Ada can be dead, and they kind of, when he said that the body can fail and the mind will live on, they snapped to May, and I'm like, oh no, they're gonna kill May.
I mean, she's like in her 50s and stuff. She may just be tired. Needs to move on from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mulan 4.
Is there Mulan 3?
Yeah, there was a Mulan 3.
Holy crap.
That was that time when they also put out Cinderella 3 and Beauty and the Beast 2.
Was it Beauty and the Beast 2?
There was a Beauty and the Beast 2.
Disney, what are you doing?
This was pre-Frozen Disney. This was pre them making all of the money ever Disney.
So they were just, cashing out as much as they could, no matter if it was.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, Princess and the Frog didn't sell as well as they wanted to, and Tangled didn't sell as well as they wanted to, so they just started pumping out direct-to-video sequels.
Yeah, all that stuff we got, all the rejected scripts. We'll just go ahead and take those.
Yeah,
Let's
that
crank it out.
one Make-A-Wish kid wanted to write a Cinderella movie. I mean, we'll just make the one where Cinderella is
3.5.
the doctor and goes back in time and does wibbly wobbly whiny stuff.
I would watch that, actually.
You know what? I just wrote a good Cinderella movie.
I'd watch a Cinderella movie written by a 5-year-old about her being the Doctor and going back in time.
Right?
I'm on board with that.
Also, I forgot to put up Agents of Shield. My bad. All right, so episode 14.
Biggity bing.
Agents of the Man Behind the Shield. All right, we had a pretty good week last week, and at the beginning of this episode, it doesn't look good. We have two ridiculously, insultingly lazy plot devices. Namely, we can't have VR that doesn't kill you if you're pulled out of it unexpectedly. And there's immortal words on screen some time ago. That means the continuity police weren't feeling particularly bothered this week.
Stop stealing my notes!
Before anyone writes in, I know that it gets redeemed later, but, well, shut up. So the bad guys know how special effects budget works. Could just stop a moving truck. He won't have any CGI left to escape some pretty shitty chains. But wait, that was all part of the plan too. Fuck, it's like they're preempting every one of my complaints. Okay, on with the episode, and oh look, it's a flashback to try and inject some feelings into that forced May Coulson relationship. When, let's face it, the most intense sexual tension we've had on screen recently has been between Fitz and sliding doors. I am not going to be pulled in by these antics. 10 seconds later. Oh my god, May Coulson are totes adorbs and everything they say to each other is
Stop it!
New sunglasses. That's awesome. I have game. It's amazing. Phone and Skull looked good. What's going on here? I love these two loving each other. Rage on. Distributed computing in the Matrix. That's going to have some shitty lag. This is no Oculus Rift. Damn it. Okay, this episode is awesome. I loved every fucking second of it, and thank you for proving me right. They had Austin Powers references, Matrix name drops, David fucking Bowie was in there, and everyone's a Cylon. In fact, all I will point out is the bad guy, who was completely obsessed with Coulson, gets shrugged off with his cool origin story, bro, and that's basically the setup for the entire plot of the Lego Batman movie.
I guess I'd have to see the Lego Batman movie to appreciate that. I don't know.
Oh my god, yes you do! Oh my god!
I really do want to see the Lego Batman movie, by the way. Just
Oh my
hasn't happened.
god! Alright, I'm not a crier. I'm not a crier when I laugh. Oh my god. I am so glad I didn't drink during that, or else I would have ruined my microphone. Oh my god, hold on, I need to stop crying. This is also the man who constantly tells me he's not funny, by the way.
Always.
Always. So, all
It's
right.
because he's British.
Yeah. So, also, stop stealing my notes that you didn't know that I wrote. So he said, "Oh, fun. Coulson isn't afraid to punch a girl in the face."
Never. Or just brush off the villain. Though I was excited because we finally got a decent villain in the show. One that wasn't just weird, two-dimensional, power-hungry, whatever. This one had a little backstory and some good motivation, and it's crazy. And his handsome, chiseled jaw line.
Oh! Freud.
Freudian slip. Whoops. Question mark?
All right, you're probably not going to put that down there for a show title, but I sure as hell am.
Nope. It's like, wait, so you were on that team in the thing? Okay, so you were just a red shirt to me. But then,
Yeah.
Cool origin story, bro. Oh man. The Whedonisms in this episode were fantastic.
Oh yeah. He said the episode's title is "How Coulson Got His Groove Back."
It should have been. Really should have been.
Right? VR Matrix Horse Pucky is what I said.
Yeah, Shield has a Matrix now. Shield has the Matrix.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering.
Literally the Matrix.
Literally, they have the Matrix.
That you plug in with pseudo Oculus Rifts, which they reference. Of course, the Russians would go to Alaska because I could see Russia from my backyard.
And it's cold
Huh.
there, so they feel at home.
Yeah. Huh. Cold naked director is now cold and naked. Now, Coulson, how do you think Steve Rogers felt when you went all fanboy on him? Stop it. Some time ago. Thanks, Shield.
I almost wrote that one down, but I figured you'd have it covered. Like some time ago?
May still looks like she's 20. They didn't need to de-age May.
No, not much. They mostly just kind of put her in a weird wig.
Yeah, man.
That was kind of distracting.
It really was. Like,
they could have just left her the same.
Exactly the same, but for some reason they needed to put like a weird early 90s wig on May. I'm confused.
Can always put her in shadow.
Yeah. Yay! Strong Whedon writing.
Yes. Here's my note right here. Whedon writing is back! Exclamation point.
I go, it's either the trap or he's in the Matrix. I don't know who I meant by he. Think
probably Captain Director Man.
Oh yeah, Captain Director Man. I go, yep, trap, nailed it.
No, I just was assuming. I was like, oh, they're in the Matrix. They're on the Matrix. They introduced that at the beginning of the episode. And then Fitz and Simmons are like, oh, wait, there's like a lapse of time. Something doesn't feel right. I was like, yeah, because you're in the Matrix. Oh wait,
yeah.
the LMD alarm's going off. Oh wait, how many are there? They're all LMDs. Ah, frick! Cursed you, Shield! You tricked me again.
Right? Good job. Calling out every single reference.
Yes. The layoff of Fitz, Mac. I know you're right.
Yeah.
And you have a point. The layoff Fitz.
Hands off of Fitz, no matter how correct you are.
Yes, you have a point, Mac. Lay off my Fitz, man. All right?
He's right, though. This entire thing is kind of Fitz's fault.
The thin line between a scientist and a mad scientist.
Yeah.
That's okay, though. We have adorable Fitz and Simmons moments to bring him back on track.
Yes. Yes. I think the 084 that they referenced, or 084, is like the alien artifacts that came from, remember correctly?
I don't know. They never showed them. I was just going to assume it was the Darkhold or something so that they could reference, so everything could circle back like they like to do. But they never showed it. I'm sure it'll become something significant if it wasn't already.
Yeah, true. And all right, so here we go. Daryl, see Daryl here. Ha! Sunglasses. And this Coulson May flirting I like.
Yeah, it kind of worked. Like it didn't win me over. I'm still not on board.
It didn't feel
But even if they go back and it didn't feel forced. But even if they go back and retcon, the whole May Coulson relationship, I'm still not sure if I'm on board. Oh, you just went dark. Are you gone? Did you just crash? You just crashed, didn't you? Why is it only on this show? Because you're recording. That's why. That's why it's only the show. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Nope, he's in the other screen. I can't hear you, though. So anyway, the May Coulson thing didn't win me over. It's nice though. They put it in there. They want you on board with this whole thing because they're either going to kill May and they want it to have weight, or I don't know. Something bad's gonna happen. I can't hear you, bro. Oh, I hear static.
So my computer went to sleep.
I went to sleep. That makes perfect sense.
Or yeah, that makes absolute sense. Now I gotta turn off that sound. All right. Yeah, you were recorded on
That's
YouTube.
good. On YouTube.
Yeah. So yay, that means I have to go back to Red Rip from YouTube. So you're heartless because the man Coulson thing was adorable.
It was. I didn't say it wasn't adorable. I just said it still didn't win me over on the whole thing. Like, I'm not on board still.
You should.
Yeah, well, you hate Patton Oswalt, so I guess we're even.
Yeah. I said, again, first of all, poor Davis. Nobody ever likes Davis.
Yes, that was a great weed moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to go check it out. Be careful. I'll take Davis with me. Only slightly less worried.
Thanks.
Thanks. Sorry.
Poor Davis.
Poor Davis.
Again, I love how Daisy was the one fighting the bad guy. Though,
Yes.
why did she
Makes sense.
there? Why didn't she?
Yeah, what was that?
No, don't, Daisy, don't leave. Crap.
You never leave the bad guy there. I don't care if he is under a pile of rubble.
Right? You quake the rubble off of him, and you grab him and bring him with you.
You tie him up. You put him in the special shield cage, and you take him. You don't leave him there.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you ever leave him there?
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand that. And it's, hey, more pop references. It's the Goblin King. Good guys in the Matrix. Entire thing seems too good to be true. So where did the Austin? I must have missed the Austin Power references come in.
It's when they're going in, and he's like, "All right, this is definitely traps. So there'll be some trap doors, probably some sharks with lasers, etc., etc."
Yes.
Like it's a very offhanded comment, but I heard it. Sharks with freaking lasers.
I put Cole LMD.
Coulson LMD, and Mac and Daisy. So I guess they can make Inhuman LMDs now, or maybe she doesn't have powers. I don't know.
It's not been proven that she doesn't have powers yet. So,
what's up with that? Because you're an LMD, and you're an LMD, and you're an LMD, and he's an LMD, and we're all LMDs. Everybody's an LMD.
You're an LMD, and you're an LMD. I put because of her looking over Superior Russian Man. Terminate is a badass.
She is. Still terrifying.
Yeah, she is a scary villain. She is a frightening individual.
But
Yeah, we
she
got an
couldn't
Andrew
fluff?
callback.
Well, we had to, because that was part of the retconning job that they had to do, you know?
Yeah. Because we
I
killed
miss
him last
Andrew, though.
season. Yeah, Andrew's fun. I'm glad, though, they didn't retcon him out entirely.
No, they wouldn't do that. I mean, you have Lash. He was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, but towards the end, like, it stopped mattering that him and May had a relationship.
Oh, yeah. You mean just completely, like, that never happened. Yeah.
Yeah, like, she was never
Yeah, that was
married.
weird.
I said, oh, yay, Maybot is back. Goody, goody.
Yay, Maybot, and Coulsonbot, and Hackbot. Oh.
MacBot. I wonder if MacBot remembers being...
Director AmericaBot and QuakeBot.
Considering there's been a very obvious point where we've noticed that flat out magic doesn't work well with their technology, I wonder if MacBot remembers being Ghost Rider.
Oh.
Also, where the hell is Ghost Rider? He can finish all of this.
No, that would be too convenient. So he'll show up when the time is right. He's off in another dimension fighting demons or something. I don't
He's
know.
off with bargaining with Dormammu or some crap. Admittedly, this is stripping Thor of his hammer. Yeah, I get that. But still, like, they don't even reference that a person could finish this all with no problem. Why do we say
I imagine Knight Rider can immediately... Yeah, imagine... Dang it, I said it again. Frick. I called him Knight Rider again. And Ghost Rider.
Hold on, I got this.
But, you know... Yeah, go ahead and take your drink. So... So Ghost Rider comes in, it's like, oh, yeah, that's an LMD, that's an LMD, that's an LMD, and that's an LMD. Oh, yeah, you got a soul. I can see your soul. You're good. That's an LMD. That's an LMD.
Your soul's dirty because you've killed a bunch of people, but you're still alive, and that's an LMD, and...
I'll get back with you, dirty soul man.
Yeah, you and me have to have a talk in the background, Davis.
Oh, man.
Davis is the secret supervillain of the entire series. We should have been wary of Davis the entire time.
Oh, they gave him a name. He must be important.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just a Whedon joke.
It's I kind of want it not to be a Whedon joke, or play the Whedon joke to its maximum and have him come back. Like, have Davis train Captain Fomerica. Kind of want just Davis now, but you'll probably be like Mr. Cupcake from Gotham, and we'll never get Davis back again.
Oh, Mr. Cupcake. I miss Mr. Cupcake. I wonder if he ever came back.
I don't think so. I know Jerome came back.
Yeah, I saw that, but I haven't actually watched it in Gotham because who's got time for that?
Right? All right, so we're gonna move on into a show that I really don't want to watch anymore. Series of unfortunate events.
Series of unfortunate Neil Patrick Harrises.
Yes, he's definitely unfortunately used in this show. But let's see what Darrell had to say about the second half of the Reptile Room. And before we move on into what was all in all somewhat decent.
The Reptile Room?
Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. In the concluding part of the Reptile Room, Montgomery is dead. Barney Stinson reminds me of Gargamel for some reason, and in a completely unexpected twist, the happy ending for these children looks further away than ever. And in this section of the podcast, CJ will consider dropping the show because he doesn't get why Darrell loves it so much. Jared will defend it and point out that it takes actual effort to present good writing as though it's bad, it takes a good actor to pull off stupid bad acting, and that the depressingly magical whimsy of the show is perfectly bookended by the natural talent of Patrick Warburton's sliced bread.
Moving on.
I appreciate that Darrell did my job for me.
Right? I still... No.
A series of unfortunate
This is his
events.
blooper, by the way.
In the concluding part of the Reptile Room, Montgomery I cannot say Montgomery. Monty.
Monty.
I wanted to play his bloopers. All right. Yep. Moving on. Wide window.
A season of unfortunate events. The
Yep.
Wide Window. This week on S4, CJ and Jared treat the show as it deserves, as a movie that happens to be split into 2 episodes. In fact, if it weren't for the Ticks recaps and Doogie Howser's singing, I might wish that Netflix had done that too, releasing them as a series of movies, just half as many numbers. But moving on. The orphans move on to the next relative, the fierce Alfre Woodard, who happens to do an amazing job as the cowardly Aunt Josephine, and a role that was different enough to Meryl
wait.
Streep's in the movie.
We've now had 2 jizz references in an S4.
I didn't.
Apparently, Daryl cannot say Josephine.
Oh, I'll have to listen again. I missed that.
Hold on. There's magic here in this old straw hat of mine.
Rewind.
A season of unfortunate events, The Wide Window. This week on S4, CJ and Jared treat the show as it deserves, as a movie that happens to be split into 2 episodes. In fact, if it weren't for the Ticks recaps and Doogie Howser's singing, I might wish that Netflix had done that too, releasing them as a series of movies, just half as many numbers. But moving on. The orphans move on to the next relative, the fierce Alfre Woodard, who happens to do an amazing job as the cowardly Aunt Josephine, and a role that was different enough to Meryl Streep's in the movie to make me wonder why you guys aren't making more comparisons to that film. Anyway, the orphans feel like they may have a home. Count Olaf dresses up and ruins it for them. The Guardian dies twice, and everyone has a lovely time. And I wonder if anyone picked up the fact that Lemony Snicket himself plays the fishhead seller.
No, I did
I did
not.
not pick up on that.
Also, Aunt Josephine.
Sounded more like Josephine.
Nope, he said
Yeah.
just.
Maybe just a big fan of Black Mariah.
Yeah, Black Mariah is like really good in this until she's not.
No, she totally worked for me.
Yeah, she's great when she's eaten by leeches. You know what? Rachel, come here. You do this one because I really don't feel like talking about this show. Come here. Because all right, so this is going to be a more interesting part of the show where Rachel, who actually enjoyed this, is going to take over the microphone. This is the same thing I did to Dale on Gamer Geeks, by the way, and I'm going to go do something else for a few minutes. Here.
And as Rachel's getting situated, I enjoyed this one a lot. I thought The Wide Window was great. It's been the best of the 3 mini movies so far.
Oh my God, he's such a little girl about this whole thing. Like, seriously.
I thought this was a good one. The Wide Window part 1 and 2.
See,
I loved it.
I hate to admit it, but I really kind of like the show because it is that stupid, that it doesn't take itself seriously, that it is so absurdly over the top. And CJ hates it. It is so stupid, it makes me laugh. And CJ hates it.
So, I mean, I feel like you're getting some kind of pleasure from the fact that CJ hates it. Some kind of sick pleasure.
I mean, let's be realistic. I adore CJ and I love trolling him. I might enjoy trolling him now that this is something he really hates, loathes, and detests. No, I get a sick kick out of it. Because as I'm sitting here watching this, my brain is going straight to the fact that this is Doogie Howser. And this character is so not Doogie Howser.
No.
How he's evolved as an actor. And we know he can be an amazing actor. We know he's a really good theater actor. He's a stage actor. And the fact is just such a bad character to play.
Yeah,
I
mean,
love
it'd be
it.
hard for anyone. and it's so on purposely bad, but he does it so well. And it's
so bad, and it's so bad because he doesn't take himself seriously with it. Because if he took himself seriously, I wouldn't enjoy it nearly this much. But because he doesn't take himself seriously, and because it is such a campy show, I like it. It's mindless for me.
Well, I mean, it's definitely got that bent towards a younger audience. Like, I feel that. Not only because you get grammar lessons and vocabulary lessons in every episode, but
Oh, it's funny because the kids actually sat
childishness. And the,
all except the last
yeah, and the
little
fact that all of the adults are just complete morons. All of them.
Count Olaf. No,
All
it's
of them.
not. It's Captain Sham. Okay, let's be seriously. I've never seen that foot before. Really? How did that happen? Oh, it was an old broom handle. Really?
Yeah.
Nobody catches on to this.
Okay,
Maybe does.
That's not Count Olaf. That's Captain Sham. It's so obviously Captain.
A reputable businessman.
So, you give the kids a chance to be smarter and better than the adults. So they're the center. So the parents are still alive, which they didn't reveal in the books. And they seem competent, but I can't quite tell.
The parents seem a little bit space cadet-y.
There's that, yes.
But like the fact that they're like, oh, this is just like our honeymoon. Up, they're in good hands, but we're not. Like, you gotta be kidding me. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Which, okay, I get that's why it's called a series of unfortunate events. But it's one of those, crap, you've got to be kidding me. No, the worst case can't. Nope, the worst case is going to happen. The banana. I looked went, shit. She's dead. This is not okay. She's dead.
Of course
There's
she's
a banana. It's right there. And she knew what was going to happen because she knew they were going out onto the lake. And she still ate. And she still let them go. Like, you stupid. Oh, here we go. This should be fun.
And then she yelled
There
at
goes
Count Olaf while standing on the edge of the boat.
Yes.
He just lightly taps her over the edge.
Would this be the way to say it? No. So if I said this, it would be acceptable. Yes. Wait. No. Oh my God.
Yes. My children are a little older. I want to make them watch this. Just for the grammar and vocabulary lessons more than anything.
We've been letting Kiara and Aaron watch it. They actually watched the first 3 episodes and we skipped a couple with them. And they watched the first full one of the giant window. And then all but like the last 15, 20 minutes, I want to say, of the second half.
It gets a little intense at time. Like a person eaten alive by leeches. That's
See, they didn't
much.
see that. And I think that's a better choice because they didn't see that.
My children are very sensitive, though, to these things.
But at the same token, my son probably would have been like, hit, hit, hit. That's supposed to eat and go into the lake. Because as they're going through the vocabulary of certain things, Aaron's like, I already know that. And Kiara's like, Mommy, why are they telling us stuff we already know? So they're going, okay, kids, I understand you're a little bit smarter than the average kindergarten and first grader, but just roll with it. But Mom, no, it's okay. And now they've gotten to the point where if I say something or if CJ says something, they'll actually turn around and be like, so since Mr. Lemony Snicket can't tell us, seriously. Okay, it means this. Are you sure, Mom? I'm lying to you. So they've gotten to the point where I now have to ask Siri to give me definitions of things. Thank you.
I enjoy that. It's good stuff.
It's fun. But no, once your kids, like if Kiara was in kindergarten and it was last year, I probably wouldn't let them watch it. But Aaron being, my child and as snarky as he normally is, and realizing that this is not real in kindergarten, it's one of those, if you have that heavy scaffolding and you're supporting what's going on the screen for your child, you might be able to when they're in kindergarten. Wouldn't go lower than that unless you're really wanting some very interesting questions.
So why does he keep giving it to the bad guy? That doesn't seem like a good adult thing to do.
That was Kiara's question. She goes, Mommy, why doesn't this banker realize how stupid he is?
Because he's too stupid to realize how stupid he is.
I said, well, first of all, we don't call people stupid. He's just not paying attention to everything around him. She goes, Mommy, he's being stupid. These kids deserve better. Yeah. Unfortunately, in the school system, is calling somebody stupid is using they called him the S word. I hate that about schools. Anyway, but I'm of the mindset people are not stupid. We say stupid things. We do stupid things. We make stupid choices, but we are not innately stupid. That's my theory. I'm like, I said, he's looking through rose-colored glasses. He wants to see the best in everybody. That's my story with the banker. And then the whole thing with Count Olaf coming dressed as Captain Sham, my daughter goes, Mommy, this guy really can't tell that this is Captain Sham is Count Olaf. I went, yeah. She goes, his disguise sucks. And she like covers her mouth. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, nope, I agree completely. It's in the four walls of our house. I'll let you get away with it in the correct context. Please don't say that at school. Yeah, his disguise really does suck. And she's like, Mommy, what is he standing on? Like half a broom? And of course, it comes out later that it is half a broom. Great. My kid can call you out. These three children in the show can call you out. But you as a, upstanding member of society can't figure out that it's a broom handle. And some bad makeup.
Indeed.
Sure.
I also appreciate the production quality of this show. It's very whimsical and fun in that way. And I appreciate that they don't let things slide. Like if something happens in the background, it happens for a reason.
Yes.
And then like even they lit the candles and I was like, oh no, you don't like candles, Aunt Josephine will freak out about candles. And then they just leave the room or whatever when they come back. I was like, oh, they just left the candles. Oh, and then they called back to the candles. Wow. Okay. Good job, show. And then the lines keep showing up throughout the
dropping
episode.
The line thing. Yep.
Line keeps happening.
His whole troop that's with him in the background. Oh, Captain Sham is this, and blah, blah, like the subliminal messaging that they're going through as they're going through this whole section.
Yeah, or it's like it doesn't matter
God,
what.
Would you shut up about Captain Sham? It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, and then like the one henchman is called the henchman of indeterminate gender.
Oh, the one that's constantly like, wait, who's that? Why?
Yeah, and then like, well, it doesn't matter if he's what blah 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 blah, and then that particular henchman comes in and it's like, or what gender they are.
Yep.
Like, well played, show. Like, there's a lot of smart things. If you're paying attention, you'll catch. But if you don't pay attention, you'll still have a good time. But it's just a well-crafted show.
Why CJ doesn't like it is because he is just so checked out on the sections that are stupid.
Yeah. It is hard to get past those.
Stupid. And the first episode we watched, the very first episode, I kind of was like, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, I grew up with these books, and I got into them, and it's been a lot of years since I've read them. A lot of years. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a chance. And the more that the baby, Sunny, gets her little comedic one-liners in, I'm like, you know what? This works for me. And then, like you said, with the callbacks, the candles, I watched them light, and I'm like, are they seriously just going to let them walk away and just leave that? And they didn't. The fact that they actually purposefully went back to them.
They should have left the candles burning. Dear Lord.
Like, it's the things like that. They're doing it very smart. They're closing all those little loopholes as they need to close them.
Yes, and like all of the characters except for the children, are really, really like they're stupid. You can't really use a different word. They're stupid. They're all just really,
They
really
are
dumb. But everything
The two
around it,
women
the
are just-
writing and the construction of everything is so smart that I forgive it because it's all on purpose. Everything's on purpose, and that's okay.
everything is done with a purpose. If it's not on purpose, it's that purposeful accident. So you know that they're going to fix it, but you're going to be sitting there going, the candles, candles. What?
The anxious clown.
The anxious
Peppermints.
clown. The mints. What else was
They
there?
can't-
The other one.
Making that
Oh.
same shot of the car going around that turn
Yep.
over and over again, like 5 times. They showed that same turn.
Oh, crap! I had it and I lost it. The code for her lock being the letters of Ike's name, and
Oh,
them
yeah.
figuring out that it was I, K, and E. Oh, this is this number of the alphabet. This is that number of the alphabet, and doing that, and it's like, huh. The fact that they seriously broke it down. Now, granted, those are 3 letters that are very close in the alphabet, which,
Yeah.
if I ever found a lock with that, I'd be seriously impressed.
Simple cipher. It's fine.
You know, here's 3 kids. Well, what about this? And this is important to her, and that's important to her. And it's like, huh. She has the safe right out in the open right there until she closes her secret grammar Nazi stuff. And yes, she's got the hidden grammar Nazi wall. Perfect place for my happy ass to be. But they're like, well, could it be it? No, that's too many letters. It's like, okay, I knew it was Ike the minute that they're like, it's something important to her. It's like, okay, it's 3 letters. That's what.
3 letters. Yeah, I mean it's an obvious answer, but
Yeah.
For the kid, the children who this is targeted towards, that would be a fun puzzle for them to solve. And then the grammar puzzle.
Yep.
It's cool. We got cool stuff in here.
That I figured
As
out.
a kid, this crap up.
This is he's like, she's such a grammar Nazi and she's screwed up the letter. But I'm like, okay, one of 2 things is going to happen. Either A, she didn't write it, or he goes, no, you're right. It's probably purposeful. Like, and then as they break it down, it's like, okay,
It's a code.
it's all meant to be, because that's when they were talking about the secret codes with her and her parent, or Aunt Josephine and their parents. So they wrote codes together. Okay, it's got to be purposeful at this point. And then them sitting down and figuring out, and the fact that they made it a point to get out of the anxious clown using peppermints, which
That
of
they were
course they're
allergic
like,
to. So they brought up earlier.
yep.
To that.
So they're closing up circles, and they're utilizing things that they're telling us as this is occurring.
Everything has a purpose. Every piece is important.
I love it. CJ hates
I love
it.
it. I know.
It makes my heart happy. It really makes my heart happy. Like, I don't fall in love with Netflix series very often. Like, I like Orange is the New Black. It really makes my heart happy. It keeps me on edge. This is just good, campy, stupid, mindless fun for me. And keeping in mind, you know what I do for a living. I don't get mindless. Everything I do in a day has to be very purposeful.
Right.
And though there is so much that is purposefully done in this series, it comes off as mindless. And I know that's what bothers CJ the most. He's like, it's stupid to be stupid. Yes and no.
All right. Well, I think we've made Daryl very happy.
So I'm guessing Darrell approves of this too. Like
Daryl loves this show. He's actually watched it twice now.
Daryl, we might have to talk. You and me, Daryl. We're gonna have to talk. Gonna have to throw CJ out and just sit and talk, because.
So I think he'll approve of CJ's chair switcheroo.
CJ's back here going.
There's only one more hour-long thing
No,
left.
you still have to watch the last 2 episodes.
There's only 2 more episodes. We can do this. Come on, CJ.
He's sitting here saying, says who?
Says what?
says the person on the other end of the camera over here, that this gentleman right here. This is your show. I just kind of ended up dive bombing it because you didn't want to talk about it.
He told you to, so he can't say anything.
So if it makes him feel better, I might actually, depending on how I'm feeling next week, hop on specifically onto my computer for the show, and we'll talk about it.
I'm down. And Daryl, yes,
There and grumble at the screen.
yes, and Daryl, yes, I did approve. I did when I was watching it. I was like, oh wow, it's Black Mariah. Ooh, she's got to play the role that Meryl Streep did in the movie. That's got to be rough. And she did a good job, and she made it different enough. And she looked like she was earnest. There was an earnestness to her performance that I appreciated. And she was really putting her all into playing a complete moron who loved grammar.
She wasn't but that's the thing. She wasn't a complete moron.
She was
She was fierce and fabulous. Or formidable. There we go. Fierce and formidable.
Formidable.
Always fabulous.
Black Mariah.
And the moment, well, Black Mariah scares me in some cases because she's crazy. But
and that came out a little bit on the
you see that fierceness in her again, and you kind of go, oh, she's gonna be great. Oh, there she goes. Well,
yeah, she started yelling at him. It's like, oh, I see some Black Mariah coming out. Oh, and now she's dead.
Right?
That's right.
And then you're like,
right.
oh,
I couldn't remember what happened to Aunt Josephine. Now I remember.
Got eaten
by leeches. The screeching leeches.
Because of a banana.
Always banana. Never trust a banana.
So I'm going to be kind. Give CJ back his mic and his chair and his stuff because he's awesome behind me. Right there.
I see him.
So now he doesn't have to hear all the awesomeness that is, a series.
We'll stop geeking out about a series of unfortunate events.
We'll nerd out about it next week.
Coming right on our parade.
The finale as well. That'll be awesome. So, bye guys.
Bye.
Yay! I didn't have to talk about it. I played Yu-Gi-Oh!
Congratulations.
To hear about Aunt Jizzfiend and, anyway.
All right. Shall we finish up
Yep.
with our man in the high castle?
Yep. Let's finish this up. We have our man. He is in the highest of the castles. Episode 4. Daryl, recap, go!
Man in the High Castle, escalators, and daddy issues. Thing with Richie Reich, but may not be safe from the Rebel Alliance. Agent Smith confronts the reality of the Matrix and how far he'll go to save his own son. Joe's father,
again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme,
tries to persuade him to give Berlin another chance, because you're either Berlin or burn out. Too.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
Frank also has a decision to make, but how far is he prepared to go if the Resistance asks for head?
Right. All right.
Right.
Um,
We started off with going gliding.
Yeah. I have to admit, I watched the show like when I was supposed to, so it's been 3 weeks now since I've watched it, so I've forgotten most of what happened.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of weird. Let's see. With Joe, he was trying to leave Berlin, and then pretty Nazi lady shows up, and well, actually, I think I know what her motivation is now after the last episode I watched. Like, why is she trying to get him to stay? Like, what is her motivation? Like, I'm just gonna come in and make out with you for a second and then leave. Like, oh, okay. It's like, okay, I guess I'll stay for another day. Doesn't take much for Joe.
No, he's a man in the 50s.
But Joe's mom is Elsa. Excited to find that out.
Yeah, it was fun.
Headcanon accepted.
Right.
She ran off and hid Joe in America and then moved to Norway.
Yeah. She let her son go.
Become queen. She let him go. Let him go. Can't hold him back anymore.
No. The cold Nazis never bothered her anyway.
Show title. Let's see what else we got in my notes here. Juliana studying her Nazi exam with Thomas. It was fun. She can. Tommy's like, sure, I can help you study.
She's so pretty.
It's adorable. Some great tension building with the bomb
Yeah.
defusal. Like that was some good shooting and building tension and well shot scene. Well executed. Good on you. On Man in the High Castle, director man. And then the Japanese lady or Japanese American lady and Frank have sex for some reason that I don't understand.
Yeah.
I was
That
like-
makes no sense.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. They're like, we defuse the bomb. Let's get it on. Wait, what? Wait, what? No, this is dumb. This is dumb. I don't approve of this. You're better than this show. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, that was really, really not great.
Though I did appreciate that in the next episode, DJ Qualls calls him out on it.
Yeah.
It's like, where the have you been, dude? We're supposed to deliver these cufflinks, tomorrow, and we still haven't started on them, and you disappear for like several hours at a time, and we're gonna be murdered by the Yakuza if we don't do this. Not just you, but also me, who you went through all this trouble to save, and poor Childen, who's just being dragged along because he can't help himself.
Right?
And you don't seem to care. It's like, where were you all night? It's like, oh, you got to be kidding me, dude. Really? Come on.
You still probably have a girlfriend for as far as you're aware.
Maybe, I don't know. She seems to have moved on or something.
All right. Well, speaking of the next episode, you're trampling on Daryl, probably trampling on notes. So,
Well, he's,
Man on the High Castle, Episode 5, Duck Hunt. Joe discovers that he's actually a cyborg Hitler robot from the future that has been reprogrammed to think he's a baker. Frank is drawn further into the Resistance Fall of Man video game because he doesn't realize that better first-person shooters are available. Meanwhile, Juliana falls foul to an IMDb writer's failure to build tension through prose.
it's just in. Daryl still doesn't watch this show.
No, that's why I wasn't worried about stepping on his intro.
Yeah,
And-
no.
Kind of the problem with talking about Man in the High Castle week to week is that everything kind of flows as one solid narrative. And it's not really broken
Yeah.
up. It's meant to be binged. I get the feeling.
Yes.
Like it's not meant for a week to week, like, oh, we left you with this cliffhanger and now you gotta wait a week and talk about it on the internet.
I mean, that's how, like, we'll go back and say, Transparent's real huge on that. Like, Transparent needs to be binged. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Orange is the New Black is another one that's like that. It just, it is meant to be just taken in one lump sum. And I honestly think that when season 3 comes around, we might just do a recap of it akin to, like, Mr. Robot or whatever we do. Because the talking to week just doesn't. I said this during the pre-show. It's hard to just speak little tidbits on this. And while it's fun to kind of put our inner Confucius out and see if we can predict the future, it's just kind of not. It doesn't work well for a weekly kind of show. And I say the same thing about shows that do others. Yeah, shows that do this as well. Like, there are other shows that I won't mention because they were incredibly wrong about Mr. Robot, and it just doesn't work in those shows either.
Oh, Mr. Robot's so good. But yeah.
By the way, Legion is Mr. Robot with mutants. That's all I'm saying.
I wrote that exact notes in those exact words. It's like Legion is Mr. Robot in the Marvel universe. Just like Powerless is Better Off Ted in the DC universe.
Yeah. By the way, both those shows fantastic in their own rights. Better Off Ted. Powerless kind of has that stupid for stupid sakes kind of thing as well, but it doesn't rake me the wrong way like Lemony Snicket does, because, well, the one actor in there that is supposed to be amazing is amazing. And Alec Tudyk's character can go jump off a building and not be captured by Superman.
Right? Because I love Alan Tudyk so much, and I really don't like his character at all. And I know you're not really supposed to like his character.
Now you understand my frustration with Neil Patrick Harris in...
I know, but I do like Neil Patrick Harris.
Series of Unfortunate Events. Now, bear in mind that I've never said a bad thing about Lemony Snicket's character. Patrick Warburton in there is fan-freaking-tastic, by the way. I'm just putting that out.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Anyway, so Powerless. Yeah, I'm kind of I'm Powerless, but that's for another day.
It's all right. It's fun. It's just not...
Yeah, the second episode was better. I watched 2 episodes.
Yeah.
First one, I was not on board at all. Second one, until like the end, I was like, okay, maybe this will be all right. Here's what I love about Powerless. I love the opening credits. I think those are the most amazing, wonderful opening credits of any show I've ever seen.
Right.
They're creative and wonderful and make me laugh, and I could just watch them over and over again because they're brilliant. That you would take like the iconic comic book covers and then zoom into the background.
Detective Comics #1.
You zoom into the background to one of the random people, and that's your character. I love it. Love that. I love that they can just willy-nilly reference the DC universe all they want to. Name drop everything. Talk about Batman all the time.
So good. The fantasy draft was so good, you guys.
And here's our mini Powerless review in the middle of Man in the High Castle.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's getting there, but yeah, it's Better Off Ted in the DC universe.
Yeah.
The Man in the High Castle.
Man in the High Castle is Man in the High Castle in the Man in the High Castle universe.
Joe's dad's a little cartoonish, and I kind of love that he's a cartoon Nazi man. I'm okay with this.
He's your stereotypical Nazi, which, I mean, given how he was in the war, I can kind of see why.
Yeah. Oh, no, Joseph. The intentions were pure, but the methods were very cruel.
Yes. We got another more Stephen Root.
Lebensborn. Yeah, we got some more Stephen Root, which I'm always happy to see him.
Right?
Still got more of Frank being the worst. He's just the worst.
Yeah.
He's joined the Resistance now, and they like him for some reason, but
it's
I just want to punch him in his beautiful face.
Because he hides the rainbow role in Japanese American Lady. That's why they like him. That's a Rush Hour reference.
Hamina. And Tagomi sliding into the other alternate universe.
I
is so
love
fun.
Tagomi's slider ability. That's just fantastic.
And I love that alternate Tagomi is like a drunk who runs around in Hawaiian shirts all the time, apparently. And Juliana's his daughter-in-law? What? Okay.
It's a lot of fun. I do like him dealing with everything. Tagomi in the real world dealing with all of everything that went on in the real world and everything that didn't go on in his. Him freaking out about the world leaders, him seeing Hiroshima blown up.
Yeah. That was a nice moment. Going to the bookstore. Oh crap. Good Lord.
I kind of want to see him jump to there was a parody of this. Not even necessarily a parody, but more just like extension of this. I want to see him sliders to today's world and America talking about Trump. That's what I want to see is Tagomi seeing people talk about Trump.
And then he nukes San Francisco. Or whatever.
Yeah. I can't believe you guys are like boom.
What is happening? Did you not see what we all fought for?
Even though in my world we won, it's still you guys fought for better than this.
Oh, and
All right.
Tagumi eating Twinkies with chopsticks.
Yes, that was so good.
Give me all that.
So can we talk about how they're trying real hard to make Joe a hero, but failing at it?
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about Joe now. Like, I like Joe more, but I think it's because I hate Frank so much.
I think so, yeah, because
Like, I think it's just in comparison. Like, it's not because they're making him more sympathetic or better. I think it's just because the other male lead is just so awful, and you just want to get away from him. And I would rather focus on Joe because at least he's kind of interesting and not the worst.
Yeah.
Even if he's a Nazi? No, he's Lebensborn, and I'm guessing that blonde Nazi lady is also Lebensborn, which is the
but I
whole
mean-
motivation there.
But he's not. I mean, he says that it's over or we're done to
Yeah, but they're the same age.
open Griffenhaus. No, when he's I just I don't know.
Oh. But we also finally got Takeda and Smith in the same room finally, and those two actors doing their thing was delicious.
Yes.
It was just I loved that scene. I want
It
more
was
of it.
really
Like they worked that room, son.
Oh yeah, man.
It was great.
So
made me really like Takeda more. Especially
and then
since, the first season he's the horrible Japanese who kills everyone. But now you're kind of like, he's awesome. I'm rooting for him now. Why? How is this happening? Why is John Smith, the horrible evil Nazi man and the horrible evil Japanese man, Takeda? Why are they my favorites?
why are we rooting for John Smith at all? Takeda.
John Smith awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like by the way, keto.
Keto, whatever.
Takeda.
I guess I wrote it down wrong. I put a T in there. I guess I was combining Tagami and keto.
That's my guess. But like, all right, but yeah, we shouldn't be rooting for them at all. But like when a couple episodes back when Smith killed the doctor instead of his son, like, yeah, you would. Wait, I shouldn't. Stop it. Stop making me like you.
And then his wife didn't know about their son, and like, but she knew that he had killed him.
Yeah.
So why? She's like, I know you killed. It's like, I just knew that you killed him, but you didn't know why.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's like, so why did you think he killed him? I'm curious about this. Please explain. Like, you knew he just immediately knew that he was the one who killed him, but you didn't know why.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if you had known why, yeah, sure, that would have made perfect sense why you knew that he killed him. But
yeah,
I don't know. Strange and interesting times.
Indeed.
This show.
Yeah, like I said, it's fun. Not really fun. That's not a word I would use to describe Men in the High Castle. Because there's not a lot of joy at all in this.
It's engaging.
Yes, there we go.
That's
I think
the word
there's
I would
more
use.
joy in Jessica Jones than in Man in the High Castle. But it is.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, I guess there was more quipping.
Yeah, there's like no drop of humor in this pretty much at all.
And there was that one episode where the Purple Man and Jessica play house.
Yeah, that was good. But so, yeah, this is not me. Like I said, this is not me frustrated. It's more so me frustrated at. Honestly, I don't know. Other than I kind of really just want to talk about Legion, which will probably be put back on the list as of maybe the week after next. I might have to force you just to finish up Lemony Snicket. Done.
That's fine.
freaking done with it. I don't think I could deal with this for 2 more weeks.
Yeah, just power through. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Speaking of which, next week we are just flat out. We're doing Agents of Shield episode 15, episode 4, Man in High Castle 6 and 7, and Lemony Snicket 8 and 9. Because we have to get stuff wrapped up. Because
So I guess Riverdale's off the table.
Riverdale episode 3 was bad as episode 2.
I disagree, but that's okay.
Riverdale's off.
I think I enjoyed episode 3 because the high school drama wasn't petty high school drama. It was kind of good high school drama when it was there, and then super duper Twin Peaks stuff. Like
that'll
extreme Twin Peaks stuff, and I was eating that crap up. I'm not gonna lie.
Better acting too, so
Yeah, there was better acting.
Twin
But I mean,
Peaks
come
I'm
on.
good with as long as the acting is good.
And we got Ethel in Riverdale is Barb from Stranger Things. So I was excited to see that actress again, since she's not gonna be in Stranger Things anymore.
Yeah, I didn't like Stranger Things, but I've read those. So
I know, poor Barb.
So yeah, we're gonna do Legion, catch up on Legion on the 13th. So that'll be episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm wanting to say. It gives you 2 weeks to watch 4 episodes of Legion.
Okay, well I've watched the first one, so that's 3 episodes.
3
I have to
episodes.
watch. All right, I'll work on it.
Well, I'll double check how many have been there, but I'm wanting to say it'll be 4 by that point.
Unless for some reason they didn't air one for one of the weeks.
Which it's FX, so I don't think they'll do that. They don't do like stuff for sports ball and presidential stuff. And then we might have to, if we're going to discuss Legion, we might need to. It'll be all right. Man in a High Castle only it's not going to last us through the month, but we have Iron Fist on the 20th. Will be the first discussion of Iron Fist for our show.
It's coming.
Yeah, boy.
Watch the new trailer, and I'm excited.
Looks so good. And then in April, we are pretty much just discussing Iron Fist, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Legion, because I just genuinely want to talk Legion more.
No, I do too. Like I'm kind of bummed we didn't talk about the first episode, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. 2 weeks.
Got my
2
notes.
weeks. So do I.
It's my Legion notes. Check your boobs. Check your boobs.
Check your boobs. One thing real quick, Aubrey Plaza is the best thing ever.
I just like that they
then-
tried to make her ugly. Tried to, but failed.
Yeah, it kind of failed. There's a funny story as to why her character looks like it does, but we will discuss that in 2 weeks. So you can get a hold of us over at geekio.show@gmail.com via email, Twitter, Facebook, or both /geekio show. Give us a call on our geek hotline over at 727-489-4335. That is 727-489-GEEK. Our website, this specific show's website, which has everything you could possibly want and more, geek-io.net/spoiler show. And of course, you can support this show and the entire Geek.io network by going over to patreon.com/geek.io, or of course, doing your shopping over at geek-io.net/Amazon. A little bit comes back to us. Doesn't increase your prices any. Jazz, what do we got for show titles?
Show titles: When Patton Oswalt and Alex Jones Did a Fusion Dance. Beta Ada. Which is fun to say. Everyone's a Cylon. Handsome Jizzled Chin. You're welcome. Cool origin story, bro. How Coulson got his groove back. Aunt Josephine. Never trust a banana. Berlin or Burlout. And the cold Nazis never bothered her anyway.
All right. You're welcome.
It's either this one or this one.
I think I like how Coulson got his groove back.
Yeah,
I thought that was particularly witty when I wrote that down. I'm not going to lie. I normally don't think my jokes are witty, but that one, I'm like, I like that one.
It's appropriate.
All right, guys, we'll see you right back here next week with more stuff. We'll spoil you next week. Bye.
Bye.
This has been a Geek.io Media Network production. Copyright 2017.
Do, do, do.